So I grew up in the church. My parents are both believers, so I was already being spoken the truth of the Lord from a young age. Elementary, middle, high school, that truth kept with me. But I was bullied like here and there at a young age, and that kind of affected me. Looking back now, and how I was kind of seeking to please others, I kind of came to like a breaking point. I was home for Christmas break. I was partying every single night. I pretty much turned my back on the Lord completely. Like I had no desire to even follow God, and I didn't care anymore. And I think that feeling of I didn't care what happened to me just broke my mom's heart. And so she called her best friend, who's like a second mom to me, Lorene. And Lorene came over and just kind of sat me on my bed. She pointed up at this picture where I was like a little girl. And she just said to me, Alicia, God sees you as that little girl with innocence and purity. And no matter what you've done and how you've strayed off the path, God sees you with that innocence and he wants you to come back to him. And I realized that I was lost and I was so in need of my God to come back and rescue me from this pit. I just chose to do a 180. I knew that that's what I needed to do. I needed to separate myself from toxic people and get back on fire for God and make my heart and my soul right with the Lord. God's word says, I will cleanse them from all the guilt of their sin against me, and I will forgive all the guilt of their sin and rebellion against me. So if you are in that rebellious, defiant state where you just don't feel like surrendering at all to the Lord, I encourage you, give that to God, surrender that to God, because he wants to rescue you and he wants to pull you out of that pit, just like he did for me, and I will be eternally grateful for that.